I told you all that there is a massive sale of passports and legal documents and citizenship documents in this country. The government has denied that all around, including Fred Mitchell claiming that persons who share this information is irresponsible. Fred Mitchell is irresponsible in his agenda to try to support these authorities with usurping the rights and privileges of the Bahamian people. That's irresponsible. But they won't say that. I can say it. I've already said it. I'll say it again. Somebody said, Fred needs to look at the man in the mirror. But if you look in the mirror, you might see a couple men. Because he's never alone. You know? But anyhow, it is what it is. But we have to face facts. We have to be realistic about this. You understand what I'm saying to you? I was telling you all a long time that there's been a massive sale of passport, there's a massive sale of citizenship. Now that with the U.S. trying to block Haitians and get them out of the country, we are facing a crisis because they are now under severe scrutiny because the U.S. is partial to Bahamians. They are not partial to Haitians. They want them out of their country, especially since the Haitians built a voting bloc to fight President Donald Trump, who did not want them there in the first place because he has a problem with them. And what has been happening is you've been having this whole heap of stuff going on with these gangs and all these shootings and stuff like that. And they're talking about how Haitians have been let out of prison, and so the persons who are coming to the Bahamas are not the best people. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so that's an unfortunate situation. We recently had the murder of what's his name? Duran Neely, and I saw it on Think Bahamas, where they're saying that was a situation involving Haitians. Now some persons say it was the police who did it and all that other stuff. I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that, and I'm not going to believe that because I don't feel that even makes any sense. But they suggest that he had police detail, and so that should not have happened. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so they are raising these issues with us about this, and they're talking about how a number of Haitian young men got killed the other day. That was a whole sad thing. And no, I'm not supporting anybody killing or hurting anybody or destroying anybody or taking advantage of anybody. It is sad. It's unfortunate. But something needs to happen to address the immigration crisis. I'm about to read a letter to you that I received. Well, a story. I think it came out of the Tribune. I'm going to read the whole story too. And it's in relation to this immigration crisis. And it's going to show you that much of the stuff that I've been saying was true. Hopefully. And I want you to hear it. I'm going to read it right now. I have it on the screen. Listen to this. It says, the feds hit the Bahamas. The feds hit the Bahamas, selling the Bahamas. Listen to this carefully. It says, a 2-year FBI sting operation into visa fraud in the Bahamas has uncovered an alleged bribery ring between senior Bahamas immigration officials and a purported justice of the peace for fraudulent long-term work permits.